A Metro mother blames the Minneapolis VA Medical Center for her son's suicide. Marine veteran Allen Giller died less than 4 hours after leaving the medical center in 2022. His mother has filed a federal lawsuit. According to court documents, the VA denies the allegations. She recalls his final moments with senior investigative reporter Jennifer Mayerle. We do want to warn you, this story includes discussions of suicide.
He rests here with me. I start my day and end my day here, praying over him and holding him.
This corner of Deb Giller's home holds so much meaning with her late son, Allen.
Allen was free-spirited.
His presence is felt throughout her place.
And always wanted to be a Marine. He was in camo by the time he was 4.
The 27-year-old Marine Corps veteran served in Afghanistan during Operation Enduring Freedom. Allen Giller's family says he received several commendations before he was honorably discharged in 2017. They say it was only after that he was diagnosed with mental illness.
PTSD, bipolar tendencies, so high highs and low lows.
The diagnosis was the beginning of a run of hospitalizations and mental health holds. Medical records show Giller went back to the Minneapolis VA Medical Center 1 day after being discharged from a 72-hour hold. He was asking for help. That was on March 17th, 2022.
And I've been on a loop since he died of having to relive that day over and over and over again.
According to medical records, soon after being admitted, Giller wanted to leave. Records show a psychiatrist had to sign off, and the patient was discharged to his mother's care as requested on 17 March with follow-up in place.
I was just being a mom. They should have kept him. If the computers could have talked to each other, if somebody could have made a call from the ER to the floor, who knows what would have happened? I think my son would still be alive.
According to this police report, Deb says Giller seemed to quickly switch attitudes on the way home. The report shows she made a 911 call for an adult son who is manic, saying she was worried he could get hit by a vehicle after he ran away and into traffic. Police notes say he did not see anything that would lead me to believe that the male was a threat to himself or others, and we did not have enough to place the male on a health and welfare hold. After police left, Deb was driving her son back to the VA when she says he kept trying to get out of her car.
I was begging him. And at some point, he just took off his hat and opened the door and rolled out in traffic on 94. And I pulled over and I was getting out and screaming, and he jumped up on the overpass, saluted, and then he was gone. And I was just screaming, Jesus, help me, please help me, please help me. And I can't do anything different because it's over. I can't unsee what happened, but a part of me died that day as well.
Attorney Peter Bertling is suing the United States government on behalf of the Giller family for wrongful death.
I brought this lawsuit because this is a death by suicide that could have been prevented.
The lawsuit filed in 2024 reads, Allen should never have been discharged because he was mentally unstable, had attempted suicide earlier that morning, was a danger to himself and others, and at high risk for suicide.
If the physicians and healthcare providers at the Minneapolis VA would have followed their own policies and procedures, their own mandatory suicide prevention training, Allen Giller would probably still be with us here today, but they didn't. They failed him, they failed his family, and they failed the system.
A VA spokesperson told WCCO VA does not comment on pending litigation. WCCO reviewed the VA's suicide prevention program Bertling provided, which was in place at the time of Giller's hospitalization. Medical records show at least one suicide risk assessment was done by a psychiatry resident. Giller was found to be low risk. She noted Giller should be admitted for stabilization and safety, and if he didn't voluntarily stay, he may need to be placed on a hold. WCCO did not find a full assessment on March 17th from the staff psychiatrist who discharged him.
The psychiatrist didn't do a proper suicide risk analysis as he was trained to do before he let Allen leave the VA that day. That morning, Allen came to the VA and he said, "I need help." He agreed to be voluntarily admitted to the VA, and then somebody who was not in his right mind changed his mind and they let him go.
Allen's life mattered.
Giller's family has stayed close, saying they are forever changed by the loss.
Helping one other person.
They share their grief because they want to prevent another family from feeling their pain.
He was just a baby, 27 years old. And I brought him into this world, and I was there when he left this world.
Jennifer Mayerle, WCCO Investigates.
While the VA would not comment, we found it denied the allegations in court documents. A judge denied a request to dismiss the case. A settlement conference is scheduled for tomorrow. If you or someone you know is struggling, you can call or text 988 to be connected to a trained crisis counselor, and you can do that 24/7.